Today, Again, folks, Samson told LIBERIA, I apologize for the brief disappearing act there this evening. But I want to thank all of you again to say we are going to have a wonderful, wonderful show here tonight. There's no question asked. If you've been reading the caption, of course, we're going to be dealing strictly with roles tonight because this thing is getting to be old, and I thought that I'd try to have that kind of conversation with you guys here tonight. Thank you for joining us. Let's start the program, folks. I do not have all of the program that I wanted to put up here tonight, but I'm running a little bit late. So I decided to, just since I'm going to be talking about road, let's go strictly to Dr. Weir during the election when he was walking in the mud, because most of my comment here tonight and the conversation is going to be about the roads, bad roads in Liberia. Why is it that up to this point things have not been taken care of? Let's watch.
Let's make sure you do that same thing for you can hold.
Chance it
You hold it stay. I don't need to show the rod, you must stay. We're going to junior that before. No, I beg you.
Good evening, folks. Samson told LIBERIA, as I stated here tonight, I'm going to be strictly dealing with the road situation in Liberia and I hope you'll bear with me because we are being affected. My area of Liberia has been affected. The southeastern area of Liberia has been affected, and that's something that I'm not quite prepared anymore to continue to promote this pro-poor agenda, and that does not include my section of the area. I'm not too sure why. Perhaps the government have a legitimate reason, but yes, still I'm going to be going through that. Folks, about a year or so ago, I was in Liberia. And when I got to Liberia, one of the reasons of going back to Liberia, not only to do the engineering engagement with the young engineers from another firm, government, not government, but entity that asked me to come and do this engineering engagement with these young people, where I went to teach them how to apply roadway design, how to apply ASHTO with respect to roadway design and what have you. And so I did my best. But one of the things that I told the man that was taking me to Liberia, I said, I'm going there, this is my home, but one thing for sure, I'm not going to stay in Monrovia. I want to reach Toll Town. And he said, okay. So I was able to go to Toll Town. He provided the transportation. Of course, I took care of the gas and what have you, but he gave me the car to go to Tota, and I very much appreciate that, and I'm very grateful to him for knowing that for me, because he's a friend anyway. But anyhow, I went to Tota. We left Monrovia around about 2-something in the morning. We got to Ganta, say around 6 o'clock or something like that, but we couldn't leave because we needed to get gas. So it gave me an opportunity as well to stop seeing the road from where the quota ends in Ganta. And the ending of quotas in Ganta is about a few miles, not even a mile away from what I believe people told me that was Prince Johnson House going towards Tapeta. Okay, but anyway, so by 7 o'clock, we got gas. By that time, the daylight has already been broken, and we can see now. So we got on the road, and immediately after the quota situation section, I started experiencing some bad roads, and I started seeing some stuff. However, I thought perhaps this was not the bad, as people say, making it to be what it was. And about 2 hours into the ride, things became very, very bad. Very quickly. Those of us that been away from home for a very long time, to see the deployable road like that, it was very disheartening, and I thought that was something that I wasn't quite prepared to do. And this is one of the reasons. When people ask me, I've been asked now twice, I'm working on another one to do a project, a road road design project back home. I tell the people, I don't want money. I want to do it free, and I do it free. Don't pay me. Whether the government pay you or whether, that's none of my business. You just tell me what you want me to do. If I can do it, I will do it. And in this particular case, twice now, they have asked me to give them a road design in Monrovia. And I thought by doing that, somehow those that are connected with the Liberian government will find reason to say, okay, if this man is doing this, perhaps we need to involve him to see if he can do something on the southeastern side, southeastern of Liberia. We got Granji there, okay, half of Nima, okay. We got Granji there, we got River G, we got Sino, we got Maryland. And what did they do? They decided to bypass us, Grangidians, and decided to do Fishtown Road. This Fishtown Road, I've seen it. I'm not too impressed anyway. But that's not the point. Why would you not do half of Nima County? That's supposed to be a vote-rich county, folks. Why didn't you do half of it and reach to Tapeta? Even if you're going to bypass Granji, maybe for other reasons. And it was Madam Ellen Johnson's leave time, which I suspect her kinds of debacles, whatever it was between Doe and her, she decided to pay us back. And not only that, all of the election that she was involved in, Grangidians have always put their block of an election, a black vote, a whole vote, put it behind Dr. Weir. So she's always decided that this is not place to develop. And then they came up with a scheme where they decided they will only carry, pave or do any kind of road construction if that particular area, if agriculturally viable. So once again, they tied the full issue on Grangidians. They're not going to do roads in Grangida because they don't have food over there, according to the story. And I'm not going to tell you who I got that from, but I got it from the higher up, one of the big shot in Monrovia. And because I talked to them on the phone, and this was during Madam Ellen Salif time, one of the deputy minister of public works. I spoke with them, and I asked them what was the reason. At that time, Mr. Ferguson, President Ferguson, former President Ferguson, asked us to do the road assessment. Why is it Grangida Road is always bad? So I decided to do some serious investigation. The guy told me one of the rules they had at public work coming from the executive branch, executive marshal, was that any area they want to carry road, that place must be able to produce food. So Grangida was not on the list. Okay, we said fine. I said fine, no big deal. So we continue to pour our vote behind Dr. Weah. He has won. Folks, the two gentlemen you see right there, just recently, within the last 2 weeks, on your way to Grangida, this is what you got. This is the situation you have. And I'll show you more pictures here this evening. This is not something that I'm going to be sitting down easily. Even if the government were to ask me to say, come down and do a design, I'll do it free. I'm saying it again, free. I don't need money. Well, let me take that back. I need money. I need money, but not money from my people like that. If the international community, say EU or say World Bank, decided they want to do a serious business, yeah, then I will invest more, and then perhaps I will expect some little compensation. The compensation that I'm going to get is not going to be comparable to what I'm making now. I'm not worrying about that. As long as I'm in Liberia working, my kids, my wife, everybody will be fine. I'm not worrying about that. But the issue is we need to have something stable. So anyhow, I went back home and I decided to go to Toll Town. I went to Toll Town. And on the way to Toll Town, series of places between Ganta and Tapeta. Folks, it's so bad. So bad. I showed you this video before. But perhaps I thought at the time when I came back, I thought because the video was so bad, the road was so bad, that I thought Dr. Weah and his people, the fact that they call this pro-poor agenda, I thought that was going to be part of the pro-poor agenda. Now people are saying, oh, they're going to start very soon. How soon? It's raining already. You're not going to do nothing. You're waiting next year. And then we're going to repeat this stuff. Because I don't see any kind of, let me put it in Liberian term, I don't see yellow machine moving. People in Liberia, people in Monrovia, Grangidians in Monrovia, they have a death situation in the family. And they're going to have to wait, deposit the body somewhere else until a certain time where the road will be conducive for them to travel. Why are we suffering our people? For what reason? What reason? Why can't we do these things? Look at the two gentlemen you see over there. There's a same two group. They're trying to change a tire. And this is not the way things, this is a simple fix. You don't need $1 billion to fix these things. Even if you're going to do something, you're not even going to fix from Ganta. That is $1 million a mile nonsense to talk about in Liberia. Pure nonsense, because I've looked into it. Every time you ask any one of the government officials, oh, it's take $1 million for a mile. You tell me $1 million a mile. What are you putting down? Diamonds? Let's do little calculation. A mile. 5,820 feet. Okay? Or so. Okay. They have a lean mile. Let's look at it again, folks. I want you to pay attention closely because this is getting to be ridiculous. I come out here every night. In fact, I've been known in certain quarter of our Liberian community as being, when people see me, oh, Dr. Weah, because I come out here and call him Dr. Weah. I'm not going to be disrespectful to this man because I don't agree with certain things that he has done. He was elected by the Liberian people, and people have decided to confer on him a doctorate degree. So if I'm going to be calling him Dr. Weah, am I making it up? I'm not. So I don't care you call me Dr. Weah. It doesn't matter to me. But if something is not right, I will say so. This is not right. You have these people going to Grand Jide. Why should travel from Monrovia to Grand Jide should take you 2-3 days? For what reason? We're not in the 50s, for Christ's sake. Doctor, we are ready to travel, he take a plane. He's not even getting a boat. But yet still, he has walked the miles. He has walked in the footsteps of his brothers and sisters. Why is he not being considerate on these issues? All we hear, roads being built in Monrovia, which I'm part of it. I have done some design, which I don't mind. But when will we engage the interior part of the country? What is this? Yeah, I can see in the 50s, I can see in the 40s where the country was divided pretty much on a section line. People who consider themselves better than elders, which for me, the nonsense as well. So those are not things that we're ready to accept. And I feel bad. But one of the good things that I know about Liberians, the patient level in our country is unbelievable. You want to tell me southeastern side of Liberia, that's half of Nima County, and I'm putting Nima on there because of the barrel. Grand Jide, River G, Maryland, Sino County, if they want to create havoc in our country, you think you're able to stop them? If they want to put stop to some of the foolishness that is happening in Monrovia, you're able to stop them? These people pay taxes, for Christ's sake. When I was home, I paid taxes on my land. So nobody is getting free thing. There's nothing over there the southeastern are asking for that's supposed to be free. Everything, Monrovia, Montserrat. Who care for Monrovia? Everybody wants to live in Monrovia because you have made it so difficult for the people to live in the countryside. With this kinds of condition, who's going to send their kid to school? This is ridiculous. And then he said, Mr. Toba, you engineer, why can you? No, I can't go home. Don't ask me that. If I'm going to be involved, I must be asked. Like I said, I'm going to do it free. I've gone to Liberia. I've made myself available to the authorities. But they want money. I don't have money. I'm not going to pay. I've already spent money for education, to educate myself. I'm not going to give you a dime for the job. I've already done that. I pay for the classes. I didn't ask you to pay for my classes. I pay for my classes. I pay my due to be to where I am. If I'm volunteering my services and you want me to pay you so I can get, I don't want a dime. I'm not going to give you money. Fast. Even if I was rich, I'm not going to give anybody money for job. None. Unless if I wanted to be Minister of Foreign Affairs, because I have no knowledge in that area. So I'll pay you because I don't know anything. So I'll pay you money so I can maintain my job. But in the line of public work, in the line of engineering, I'm not giving you a dime. Don't call me. That's okay. I don't have to take a job. I will do this. But then you say, Mr. Toll, your people are suffering. Yes, I understand that. Even the county officials, they're not even contacting people. I give you that. And this one, I'm going to go on the limb here tonight. This is just ridiculous. Few times ago, former President Alexander Yala, Quinamo District President, contacted me and talked to me, asked me some questions about how to engage the county official because they wanted to build a road to Quinamo District, but they want to provide the fuel so that the county can provide the equipment. And they're most likely going to be able to pay the organization. We're going to be able to pay the labor fees. So I did some calculation. I've never been to Quinamo before, but it's easy to do. I did some calculation, and he and I put some numbers together. What happened? The county official don't even want to engage people. Then when it rains, you get this thing here. Even if the government of Liberia going to neglect you What happened to the county development fund? Out of that county, what are they doing? Do they have hospital that people fill the hospital, sick people fill the hospital? They have to purchase medicine? What happened to the money? So the county development fund, I don't care what you do with it. I'm not here to judge you. I know all of you guys mean well. I'm not here to judge you. That's not what I'm talking about. But the county development fund, you take Nima County, you take Grand Gide, you take River G, you take Sino, you take Maryland. It's okay. Let's contribute certain amount of our money to build this road. Let us don't wait for public work anymore. And you want to tell me I'm the only person in from Grand Gide who's the engineer? Far from it. You have some better, way better engineers than me. Young engineers from Grand Gide County. Young. And they're eager to work. They don't have to go home. The place I'm working right now, you know what folks are saying? They want to do away with paper documents in terms of design. Electronics now. They want to use electronic filing to bid on jobs. So you're not going to be flipping the one you call blueprint. You're not going to be flipping anymore. You're going to find yourself dealing with engineering document through electronic process. So the point that I'm making here is that you don't have to be in Liberia to do a good road design. There's a company, not even the company that I'm working for. They have a drone. They pay $35,000 for it. But that drone, you don't need people to go and do GPS survey. That drone can fly over and give you the exact mapping of the country or the county or the road that you want to work on. So the technology is there, and we know how to utilize these things. But we continue to do the same thing over and over and over, and we expect a better result. This is ridiculous, my people. Ridiculous. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Okay? Look at this. And this road, this guy just sent pictures recently. This is Grand Gide, Nima County, Grand Gide Road. Why will you have this? First thing, in order for the hole you're looking at over there, most likely over 9 to 10 feet deep. And in order to have that kind of depth of a roadway, it ain't just happen overnight to shear. And you're not talking about any other soil. You're talking about clay. You go, even you don't have to be an engineer, please, if you have interest in this subject. You don't have to be an engineer. But you go and do Google. Nowadays, you can Google anything. Go do Google soil property and then put clay in there. And ask Google to show you microfilm of clay property. You will find that their soil binding is unbelievable. It's not like a sand. The reason clay is just, but even some area better than cement. And I'm pushing that one. The clay property is one of the stronger property of soil. It doesn't shear easily. So to have that kind of depth, that means the soil is shearing. Look at it. If you think okay, do you see the whole section going down? No. One section standing up, another section, and then the place the car travel, it goes down. It's sheared, blue, like you tear something, like you tear paper. Because at that point, by the time they started shearing, the lining, the soil property lining have been affected. So they're no longer, look at my finger, you see how I'm holding each of the hands holding each other? Now if I do this and share like this, I cannot hold anything anymore. No, look, you see, nothing here. So you don't have to be an engineer to understand these things. Common sense. Common sense. Common sense. And this is just ridiculous to have these kinds of things happening to our people. Why? You don't need paving. Everybody wants a quota road. You don't necessarily need quota road in Liberia. It's not necessary. Furthermore, it's going to be expensive to maintain. First thing, you don't even maintain nothing, because if you are maintaining, you won't have these kinds of issues. There is no maintenance budget. In fact, talking about budget, the government now asking the people for them to use, spend money they don't have. So I'm not even going to touch that one. Let's talk roads. So I went back and I showed some areas, bad areas of the road. It's simple. Most of the soil we have in Liberia, clay. Let me throw you way back, those of you from the countryside. When those young girls then ready to go to the Greek bush, what they pour on there? They pour mud on there, that clay. When you finish taking cold shower and it's hot, and your mind want to protect you from mosquito, what they pour on you? Clay, white clay. If the woman is pregnant, she eat something, chalk. What is that? White clay. So clay can be utilized in many, many ways. You got pots that are made out of clay. So the clay itself as a material is a very durable material. You can utilize it effectively in an effort for you to build good roads. But our people seem not to be able. And here's the thing. There are engineers at public work that I know way qualified than me. Way qualified than me. There are some that are not good engineers. They are, how do you call it, landscape architect calling themselves engineer. So those people, I don't even count them because they refuse to be truthful. And then on top of it, the fact that these people have no clue, most of them have no clue. They're under tremendous pressure from the government. How you would tell somebody to build me a road in 3 months? What kind of road is that? That Mwenpliwe road, that road not going to hold 3 months in rainy season. I've been getting a lot of video, but I just don't want to do that. Because some of the people that are running public work, some are friends. And not only that, some are doing their best. And I understand that. They're not in proper decision-making process. Dr. Weah comes out and says, I want road here today. What do you tell the president? You can be truthful and say, Mr. President, it's not going to take 3 months. But most people will not do that. And this is the kinds of stuff. Look at that. Let me show you another one, folks. Then I will show you the video that I want you to see. Okay. Here's the kid here, young guy, the guy with the blight, trying to dig out underneath the car. That is not the main concern of mine. This is what really got me upset. You see the kid back there that I put red stuff? You see the kid that I put a red thing around it? That's a human being. Between the truck and the dirt. And that truck has no grips on anything. It's slipping, sliding all over. That is so dangerous. But they got to move. They have businesses to turn to. But we put them in these kinds of conditions and expect the country to be developed. We expect the revenue section in the country to be good. How are you going to get money from Grand Gila County if the people are not even able to move? How are you going to get things from Monrovia to go sell in Grand Gila County if nobody can move? And these people, if they're not buying in Grand Gila County, you see the people that the importer, when they import those things there, they pay taxes. But when they sell, they also pay taxes. If they don't sell, how are they going to give you money? These are things people that are not getting on. If you're going to have a good road, you stand a better chance to your revenue to grow. But they don't do that. It takes you 3 days from Monrovia to Grand Gila. So say you want to carry some perishable goods. I'm just making it up. But seriously, you want to take something over there to sell. You spend 3 days on the road. Are you going to charge the people in Grand Gila County based on the fact of your suffering and pain? You see where I'm going with this? And these are the kinds of stuff our brothers and sisters that are leading us are not paying attention to. And this is very, very sad. Very sad. Now, let me play you the actual video. Let me play you the actual video of the trip itself. Okay? Please, just bear with me. Here's the actual video of the area this young man made with this car and what have you. Listen to him, and then I'll come back on the back of it and show you the fix in a particular area. Very easy, very easy. And when I explain to you the fix, you will feel so bad. You will feel so bad that you might not even want to watch again. You're gonna cut yourself off and get off the show tonight. It's like this. You got something everybody wants, but you forget and stubborn. You don't want to pay attention to the value of what you have. Everybody else wants that. They try all kinds of tricks to achieve what you have. And this is exactly what we have with the clay issue. And people are not paying attention to it. Clay is you need base. You need base. Clay can be a good base for you. Soft base, good one. But we're not paying attention. Let me show you the video, folks. Samson told LeBron Pub Radio.
Yeah? I'm gonna hold you again.
Yeah, coming down.
I will come down.
You come down. Who want me to go?
Two cars coming now.
Cars coming. Car intervention. I see it's coming down, so they can't put it behind you.
No, they tell us to do it fast.
You do it fast.
That's it fast. Go all that man.
Hey man, if you are going to do it, then tell them one more.
No, leave it like it. No, it can't be far away. No, Baba, wait. No, stop them one. Like it, we will like it, we. Hey, Kabu. We want it lock.
As you can see, this is the hill the boat band talking about. This area that we served last night, and we are still here because of roadblock. No way for people to climb the hill, and we are waiting to change one of the tires in the front because it have no grip. And we have no cable here now with us, trying to look for cable and haul our car on the mud and go all the way.
Huh? Amen. Yeah.
We are now close to Tabeta. It's not easy. Serving hunger and we are still in hunger. The situation like in LIBERIA now is too bad. Getting hard now in the country of LIBERIA, especially the Nigerian. Also, let's see so easy. And people from the Bakane too, they are feeding it. Finally, TV call in LIBERIA. Well, can control people. Yeah. The can control people.
You will go. You will go.
I'm going down there. Well, you have to take the cable from there. Huh? You're taking from there. What was it? Fuel in a car?
There you have it, folks. Samson told LeBron Public Radio. I just told you, these are very difficult times. These are very, and you saw the hill over there. Let me do this. It really doesn't matter if people are going to come and watch or not. It doesn't matter. I'm going to do it anyway. So let's do this. I'm going to show you now the fix. It's a very simple fix. The video that I'm about to show you, and I will explain it. I showed you the video here some time ago, almost a year or so ago, but I'm going to repeat that. The video you're about ready to see is the people are trying to achieve what we have. They have soil, but the soil, they makeup, the soil makeup is not as stable as clay would be. So what they tried to do was to put slurry. Slurries are made out of fly ash. Some areas, fly ash mixed with other chemical that I'm not about ready to go into it right now. Anyhow, but they mix it up and they use a machine. The first machine you will see is like a grater, but it has behind it some teeth, and the teeth embedded into the ground, and as the grater moves, it turns the soil over. So they don't just turn it over. They tell the driver how deep they want. How deep they want the particular soil to be mixed. So based on that, he already programmed his machine to deep that deep. And so he will pull behind here, just like you're making farm. So after the soil is turned over or loose, then the slurry machine comes and mixes the slurry with the soil, just so that they can get something like clay. All they're trying to do is to make the base. And we already have it. We already have it. But I'll play that video, then I'll come back and show you what I saw when I was there. And some of the statement that I was making at that time, so you were here. All of these things you see here, the mud, it's not even at the bottom of the clay. These are mud. In the summertime, you call it dust. Fine particle of clay. Fine, very fine. They can go through 200 safe. And the safe is like, you know, when your man there making palmarasu, that thing you can save it away. In engineering, they call it safe. And they do have that. But they have sizes of the opening. 200 safe is a very fine opening. But these dust in the summertime, this particular particle will go through the 200 safe. The 200 safe is what they use in Liberia when they're making palm butter. So the palm butter, what you might call, don't go into the soup. That's the 200 safe. That's basically what it is. Okay? But I'm not going to go into that. I just want you to see this. So let me now play you the video. Okay, let me play you the video of these people making this whatchamacallit. And I explained it almost a year ago. Now listen to my own explanation again and watch that. And then at the back of it, I'll come back and emphasize on it. What they're trying to achieve here is to have something like a clay, but a dry one, not a wet clay like that. When you get to this position, you already demonstrated to us that you do not have the maintenance capabilities. Simple as that. Because there's no reason for you to for you getting $200 and some more $1,000 a year of counter development points, and you can't get a grader to grade the road to be able to provide positive drainage, for you to buy some pipes, even if it's a plastic pipe. You buy them and put them so the drainage can, the water can get away from your road. You don't even able that. Then I'm not even going to touch that. I'll come back to it. Let's watch this, folks. Okay. Here, you see this machine you're looking at? The truck. They're trying to take the slurry from this truck on your left to the truck on the right. Because the truck on the right is the one that's going to be used to put the slurry down and mix it with the dirt. Here it goes. Look behind the truck. You will see the white stuff. That's the slurry trying to mix up with the dirt. Watch the white lining behind that. They're not pink. That's the slurry.
The slurry is mixing in with the dirt. First, they take this machine here, turn the dirt over. Okay, this machine turning the dirt over. Now here's a slurry. You see that white stuff? That's the slurry being mixed into the dirt, just so that they will achieve what we have, a strong base. That's all they're trying to do here, because that place is not strong. They can't get the kind of compaction they're looking for. So in order to get a stable and good compaction, they have to mix it up. Okay? Now, see here? See that machine mixing the dirt with the slurry. Okay? Now here's the other machine. After that machine that makes the dirt, this one really makes the dirt and makes it just like you do with corn when you're baking cornbread. How you mix the cornbread, all the nyama thing, and you mix it. This is what they're doing here. This machine mixing and grilling at the same time. Ah, yes. Watch. These are simple stuff. County Development Fund. You can purchase one of those machines easily. Okay. But you see the white stuff on there? As the guy go through, here comes the grader now. And on the side of the grader, there's a great, how do you call it, compaction foot, sheep foot. And they're mixing and also compacting the area. That's the grader in the bike, grading as the other guy. Yes, the other one here. See what this guy's doing? He's also turning it up. So the grader, compact it, turn it back up, and come and do the same thing. Yes, the sheep foot still going. Those of you that asked me to do this, I hope you're staying with me. Okay. So here it goes. Okay. Yes, a grader. Watch the blade. You see this where that blade is. You see how they slope? That's 2%. The blade, the left side of the blade, that will be your crown. From here all the way on top of the asphalt, that will be the crown. Okay. Yes, a roller bike there. Okay. The grader is grading, and the guy in the background rolling. What they're trying to do is to achieve exactly what we have: clay soil. I mean, the compaction of a clay soil. They're not going to get clay soil because this is not clay soil. But you see? Okay. See it? Okay. Now, the people over there, they're testing the soil to see if the little machine over there, they call it nuke machine. The machine, you dig a hole about an inch deep and put your pen in it, and then they measure, nutrimeasure. They measure the nutrimeter on it, and then it tells them how deep the soil is, how deep the compaction is, and so what do they get? The percentage of compaction they're looking for. Because all they're trying to do is to get a firm ground. Get a roller, you're rolling still. Okay. Okay. They're getting ready to pour asphalt down. This is the asphalt. Because if they already achieved the compaction they want, they're going to put the asphalt down. The asphalt, which is maybe 4 inches thick, it's not thick enough. But because you have a strong base, so if you put a 4 inches thick asphalt on it, it will be able to go through. No problem.
Come on, let's do it. We like it like that. Come on, let's do it. We like it like that. Maryland, come on, let's do it. We like it like that.
See, you see the guy rolling, the same rolling machine that he did, that's why he's using for the asphalt.
Let's do it. We like it like that. Come on, let's do it. We like it like that. What's the matter? Come on, let's do it.
So these things are not that difficult. We can do it.
Come on, let's do it. We like it like that. Stop. Come on, let's do it. We like it like that. Master, come on, let's do it. We like it like that. River says, come on, let's do it. We like it like that. Woman, come on, let's do it.
Okay, this other machine here, they put in some sort of emulsion over the asphalt to protect the asphalt against the element, the weather element, you know. And they also, if you go, it's called HA5, okay? It's what they put down to protect it, so that at least the asphalt will last a little longer. Because when the asphalt goes on the ground, the dirt, the chemical mix-up between the dirt and the asphalt is a different thing. I'm not going to go into that. But this is what that's for. That protect the asphalt from cracking for a while. It's not that they're going to last forever, but they put that on there so at least it will last for some time. Samson told LIBERIA Pub Radio. I'm on it again tonight because those of you that call me and say you want to see it, I'm just showing you.
Okay, folks, yeah, that's it right there. Let me just go back again. If you ask many Liberian officials, they will tell you $1 million a mile. What is a mile? 5,280 feet. 5,280 feet. This is about a foot. Okay? This is about a foot. So 5,280 feet. Okay? So you telling me, the question I keep asking, but when I ask them that, and I feel bad for them because they are not engineers, so they don't understand the term of lane mile either. So I asked, one time I have one of them on here, and I asked, are you talking $1 million lane mile, or what are you talking about? They would not say it. But let's just take, for example, yes, they think about construction. In bidding for a contract, if you have materials, the more material you have, the less it costs. The smaller material you have, the more it costs. And it makes sense. Because you're asking somebody to do small thing and you're paying the small. No, you do small thing and you get more money. You do big thing because it's quantity. Okay? So that's how they do this thing here. Now, even if it's $1 million a mile, okay? If it's $1 million a mile, you want to tell me 12 years. 12 years. Madam Stelly could not have provided that kinds of money. You don't have to finish the job during your term. You can start and you ask the legislature to make it into a rule that the next government comes, they start from there. But these people are not even sincere to themselves. You have president after who is so vengeful. Oh, you did it to me. One person do something to him, they said, and then the whole group gonna be punished by it. Because somebody did something to him from your area. So all of you are not gonna be held responsible. And this thing is keep happening. And this is not how it's supposed to be. Now, let me show you now, okay? Let me show you now the video when I went home, okay? And I'll show you this video because I just want you to pay attention to the video itself. In most of the area, when it's, and they're doing it now, if you're in Liberia or you've been in Liberia recently and went up in the countryside, you will not find many trucks on the road. Because these trucks drivers and the owners, they're not stupid. So they take their trucks off the road. They're waiting until summer, until dry season, then they put the truck back on the road. What they don't realize is that because of the wetness of the road, the people in the summertime, they say they come in gray. Well, they cover the water. So the water mix in with the bottom now. And when they start driving in heavy trucks, that is not even legal to drive on those type of road. They're making the situation worse. And another thing, because of lack of maintenance, folks, this is one thing you need to know. Water will not go uphill. So when it starts raining, the water finds its own path. If you don't create it, if you don't force the water to take the path you want, water will find its own path. And that's exactly what the water is doing to the Liberian Pool Road. Controlling the way the water wants to go. And so when you're driving in the summertime, in dry season, when you're driving these roads with no quota and what have you, the ditch that's supposed to be on the side of the road is in the middle of the road. Because why? All of the mud that comes and the way they build the road, okay, they have it, most of the wall, it's like almost like more than, I mean, it's not even 45. It's like 90 degree up. So when it rains, although because it's 90 degree, the water comes out, on top of the hill, you have no drainage purpose there. The water comes out off from the hilltop. Okay, you have this and the water comes and go along the cliff of the 90 degree or whatever you have. So it keep cutting and the sand and the dirt fill in the ditch that you're supposed to have. And the fact that you have nobody to maintain that ditch, the dirt fill the ditch up and the water slip off of the ditch and go on the road. And what happened? If you watch, most of the time, if you're driving on this highway in Liberia, the water will take the least resistance, which is the path of, if you're going this way, if you're going away from me, the left is the middle of the road, your left tire. If you're coming towards me, your left tire, that groove, the water take it in turns and they turn it into ditch. And as they go, for some reason, some car go like this. When they get to the higher path, they take the least resistance they have and cut through. And so you have these ditches on the highway going like this. And that's not supposed to be. Not like what people don't know. Not that they have no clue, they know. But they just don't want to pay attention to these kinds of stuff. You catch it when it starts. You catch it when it starts. You have the yellow machine, the grader. As soon as it starts, you go out and grade the step. Make sure you maintain the ditches and maintain the slope and the reaching of the slope so that when it rains, the water go away from your road and go into the ditch. No water is supposed to be on your road. But what happened in Liberia, instead of the water going away, the water come in the middle of the ditch. This is not what we want. Our people are just doing things as though they know. I'm not criticizing anybody. These people are engineers. They know how to do it. But they just don't want to. They just don't want to. And this is ridiculous. Let me show you what I'm talking about, folks. Samson told LeBron Pobrito. And I think this is it's timely. Let's consider that. Samson told. Let's watch.
You need to watch this. You see what happened to the car? See this? This is one of the area that you hear Grand Union Road cut off. Here is this, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. I just hope I don't meet up with snakes. But if you look back here, and I'm going out in the bush now to show you. If you look back there, there's a creek. This is a lowland. All of the water coming out of this area, they come to the lowland and they want to try to cross the road. But they didn't provide any kinds of drainage system here that will be able to allow the water to go through. There's a bridge over there. They have a bridge that's supposed to be spanning the creek. But what is happening, and I haven't been up there yet. How you doing, sir? I'm not up there yet. I'm going there. But I will just predict to you right now to tell you what is happening. What is happening is this. Most likely upstream, the water coming from upstream, but downstream is not clean. So the bridge, most likely, is filled up and the water come this way, because it seemed to me, even though the bridge is over there, but it looked like this is the lower spot. So all of the water in this area here sets here. To make it worse, I showed you the truck earlier. You have truck that comes in here, the weight is too much. And if you look at these things here, folks, I'm getting ready to do some serious engineering on you here this afternoon, Samson told. Watch this, watch this, watch this. This thing didn't just happen overnight. If you look here, I'm going to show you. If you just look here, you see here? This is the topsoil of this area. But what I want to show you is the separation. As the truck gets in here, the weight of the truck on the soil create the down low fraction of the road going down. And so you have this thing breaking up. It's breaking up now. You can see it because it's in the summertime. The sun, the place is dry. But if it is wet, you can't see nothing. So everything is soapy.
The place is so soupy, the ground is so wet, you can't get anything. So what these people try to do, which is a little bit of a good engineering, they go and get logs to get traction. But what they're doing in return is, as they put, if I hear some paper here, as they do that, try to get traction, the road also going deeper. And if you look on the side, you'll see some tire marks. Okay? Same thing on the other side. Because these people say, well, I don't want to drive in the middle anyway. I'll go on the side. And as they go on the side, they create this type of situation. Look how far I am. Look at me comparing to this. All right? So, I come in. Here's the tire mark I was just telling you about. So if you have these kinds of stuff, this whole area is the lowland. Up there, you have a little hill, okay? The water coming out. So when the water comes out, it goes into the creek here. But as I told you, and I'm going to show you now, I hope I'm right. Maintenance is the issue here. Okay. Oh, the scour, I'm not worrying about that because obviously the bridge is going to have to be scoured because if the water, so that means the water is going that way. I can tell right away because if they fall out, it comes here, hit the wall, takes some dirt out. But what I want to show you is this. As soon as this guy leaves, I'll show you. Okay? Okay, like I said, the water was coming this way without me even looking. But if you go downstream, you will find out that the debris is so much that the water comes backing out, coming back on this side. And so if it fills up, it goes on the road. Same situation here. If you were to find your way out upstream, you will find there's a lot of water comes out of here. So when it comes, they fill up. Because of that, some black down there causing the scour in it, and I'm not making it up. Look at this. This is supposed to be a wind wall. And look how deep it is now. The scour. All of these things caving in. Sooner or later, this road gonna go. And it says start here, we're already in the shoulder. It's gonna start going out, this road gonna go the next rainy season. Unless people do something about it. So what I would have done, my fix, go ahead and put another box cover over there. Okay? Go ahead and put another box cover over there that will convey the water. And not only that, then you connect this water coming in to this point so that as it comes out of here, it goes out and get over there. Okay? So that would be my fix. But let's go in. I know we got more, but this is a very interesting one. Okay, so let's go and I will continue to tell you. If I thought of it, tell me, let me know. But I'm not making it up. This is the road to Grand Gita. You need to wash this. You need to wash this. You see?
There you have it, folks. That was last year, the beginning part of the year. I think it was in January or so. And so the sun was shining. But if you look at the situation, the dust, that's the dust now that turned to mud. The dust that right there, that's the dust now that have turned to mud. So there again, let me just show you one more video. And I'm not doing these to criticize somebody. Dr. Weah didn't start this thing. This thing had been happening before Dr. Weah even got elected. All we're saying is you need to pay attention to us too. Maria and Liberia. That's my point. That's the point that I'm making tonight, folks. So let me go on and show you another video. This is another critical one. And I believe this one is about Secure Pier. And the point here is, my brothers and sisters from Nimba County, to me, are some of the most educated people from Liberia that I know. The way I ran education in Liberia, and I could follow up, you can tell me something to you follow of it, but that's my belief. I'm entitled to it. Cape Mark County, number one, in terms of education, the way I see it, both people. Lofa County, number two, in terms of education, both people. Nimba, number three. in terms of education those days. I don't know what it is now. But the point that I'm making here is that the second period that I know, why would they allow? Why would they allow something like that I'm about to show you? These are educated people. These are people that pay taxes. Why would they allow something like this to happen in their town? And I believe the town, in terms of population, I think is Ganta, Sanikre, Sekapie, Tapeta, and so forth. But Sekapie has always been on the map. Watch this. I believe this is Sekapie. My people, this is not something that we can take lightly. What are you from? Nimba? Are you from wherever area you come from? These things should not be happening. Even if you don't put quota on, as our people would say, you can do chip and seal. Those of you that live in the East Coast, if you have time someday, go and drive on some of the counties road. You will find that most of the, if you see the road and it's all white, that's not quota. It's called chip and seal. They have these chemical, they have the oil-based stuff they put down. Then they come and spray the rock over it, and they immediately bind the rock to itself. And the rock is not coming up very quickly. But that's just a simple chip and seal, but they have process to it. I'm not about ready to go into the process right now. Let me show you what I think this is Sekapie, folks. And I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed to have these things shown, because I know other brothers and sisters who are engineers are watching these things and wondering what's going on. And this is it. Let's watch.
Folks, my understanding we're in Sekapie now. So this is a Sekapie market ground. And look at the ditch. Look at the ditch. And this is Sekapie. Look at it. No. Where do we go? In the middle of the road. The ditch. This is Sekapie itself, right? Look at this road. This is not a road, folks. How do you get across the road like this? If it's raining, you can't. And this is a major town in Liberia. This is a major town in Nimba County. I understand that now people they have a contract now to do the road from Ganta to Swedru, which is understandable. But the point is, why does it even have to take that long? You don't need, you can do a very common chip and seal on this road, and you're not going to have these kinds of stuff. Well, it's not going to happen. Maintenance will create a lack of maintenance will create these kinds of things. But what I'm saying, if you have a chip and seal here, I'm sure the people at Sekapie will want to take care of the road. They're not lazy. These are intelligent and proud people in this town. I know, because I know about Sekapie. But if you give them the crappy stuff, what do you want them to do? They can't maintain it. This is just ridiculous. Look at this hole. Here comes another big hole here in the town of Sekapie. Samson Joe, LIBERIA Public Radio. I think we're coming up to a major one here now. This is I believe this is one of the issues that the Southeastern had when it comes to this road. Okay? Because you can see here it's all flat. This whole area is flat. And therefore, I believe this whole area can be flooded. Okay? Because this river is not too far away. Slow down. Let me see where the river is. This river is not too far. Let me see. Go up. Okay, hold it. Here are some of the problems. Look at the debris down there. So the water is not even flowing. So you're going to have issues. Okay, go on. Okay. So let's go. Now, if the water is not taking care of the issue of drainage, Liberia Road's issue is not bad dirt. you have good soil. As you can see right now, look at the clay. Okay, look at the sand mixer. All of that, but look, slow down, slow down. Look, here we go. We're gonna be bouncing all over this place because of the ditch that the water is controlling these people road. Instead of the people controlling the water is determining how these roads to be behaved. The water goes through the middle of the road. I'm not playing. I'm not playing. Folks, I don't know where to start. This is second period. I'm not making it up. You saw it. In the middle of the road, there's a ditch. There's a ditch. And I believe Nima County was one of the few counties that was able to purchase what our people call yellow machine. Why is it if Nima County have few yellow machine, why second people must have a ditch in the middle of the road in the town? For what reason? For what reason? Are these people not part of Nima County? But anyway, that's not the point here. Are these people not like part of Liberia anyhow? That's not the point. My point here tonight is this. These things didn't happen. First of all, let's acknowledge that these roads didn't happen on Dr. Weah watch. Let us also acknowledge that these roads were destroyed during the war. Agree. But when you become a leader, you should prioritize certain aspect of the life of the people you're leading. And one of those things that I think should be at the top of the list of Dr. Weah, because he continued to state, whatever that I do in this country, he said, I'm just paraphrasing now, I will do road. People will be connected. Nobody's getting connected right now when it's raining. When it's raining, you can't go anywhere. Like I said, the sad thing, people die in Monrovia. I would use Grand Jida County. I will use my own area. People die in Monrovia from Grand Jida. They want to take the body home. Most of the time they say, okay, you know what, let's wait. Or sometimes they're forced to bury their relatives in Monrovia. And most of our people don't want to be buried in Monrovia. Those of you from the countryside, you know the culture. Everybody wants to be. In fact, I think there was something that how do you call it? A Russian president, according to the people, stated that the last time. I'm not too sure how true that is, but the quote was, "Africans leaves Africa and build other country, but when they die, they want to go and be buried in the field." I'm just paraphrasing that. I'm not too sure exactly what the quote was, how the quote stated, but that's, you know, the culture. None of us, if we given the opportunity, we want to be buried somewhere else, you want to be buried in your own town. You know that. You know that deep inside of you. Except sometimes you have no other choice. But I'm saying this. People die, and this is not removed, folks. People die, and they take their body and tie the dead body over on the bike of a guy that's going to be going to on a motorbike. What kind of life is this? Because of bad roads, that you're not even able to transport your dead body to be properly taken care of. In other words, go to mall or what have you. They have to strap the person who's riding the motorbike, strap the dead body over the motor. What kind of life is this? And we call ourselves civilized country. And we think we're enjoying ourselves in Liberia. Yeah, because people in Monrovia enjoying themselves, so that means life is okay now. No, it's not. I'll hate you bust your bubble. But Monrovia is not Liberia. Liberians need to be involved. You don't have to be violent. You can express yourself peacefully. And they will listen to. These are people you elected. You put them in a position. Recognize that you put them in a position. Don't let them give you a cup of rice every election. Then you say, yeah, go buy. And they're not doing nothing for you. Some of the representatives been in those offices for more than 12 years. And then nothing. We're still going through the same thing. And next election, they will come running back to you with a cup of rice, bag of rice, few cow here and there. And then you say, oh, yeah, the man doing good. After he got elected, they did what for 6 years or so. And then they stay. They don't care again. Some of them don't even have offices in the districts or in the country they're representing.
How many of these representatives have visited your area lately? It's raining. They're not coming. They're not coming. They don't want their mud. They don't want no mud on their shoes. They're not coming. Show me any picture where a representative went to Grand United County lately and stood in the mud. This is what I'm talking about. And it's not like they don't have the leadership ability. These are respectable people. These are people who are supposed to care for the citizenry. But why? Why do we have to go through this? Every time, every year, we go through this. No road. No road. Oh, Dad, my son said, Dad, I can't go to the ground right now. No road. Why no road? Let me play the last video, then I think, let me play the last, well, one of the last video. And this one, this is a sad one. This is a sad one. I try to explain the result of not maintaining the road. And I pointed out, this particular video, I pointed out that what I'm looking at right now, the result will be what we just looked at. The result was going to be the mud when it's raining. Let's watch this. Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio.
Oh, that's a sinkhole coming up. Slow down, that's a sinkhole. See? Go on, go on, go on. Go on. Go, go, go.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, go. This.
This. Days upon days.
This one, I'm not going to say anything. I just want you to enjoy and look at it. Look at it. This is supposed to be a roll. This is supposed to be a roll. Look at it. I'm deep, almost 10 feet into this hole. This is supposed to be a road. The top of the road is over there, way out. But look what I am. This is supposed to be a road. Okay? And this is clay, folks. This is, look at it. Look. Look. It's clay. It's clay. Clay. You see it? All right? Watch yourself, son. Look at this. This whole thing. So as you can see here, they tried to do some stuff. It's not working. It's not working. So the idea is, what's this water coming from, you ask? Look up there. You see the hill? All of that water from the hill coming here. However, here we're supposed to be going straight downhill. Yeah, see. So when the water gets here, stop. All of the drain comes out here. But it made it worse by digging on the side, trying to fill this thing up. I just thought I'd show you. Very interesting. This is one of the major places where they say the road cut off. And you see why. And you see why. I'm glad that I'm here during the dry season. Because I doubt if I can handle this, knowing the stupidity that happened here. I know that very well. I know what happened here is not right. And for me to stay here and watch that, that would have been very painful. Look at it. No drainage, no ditch. Where the drain gonna go? Where the water gonna go? All that water coming from the hill. Where do you expect the water to go? You don't provide any kind of drainage system. Where do you want the water to go? This is the bypass, they said. And the bypass right now, if you go up there, it probably look worse. Because all they do is just put a car on top of the hill for just a matter of time. Because you're going to experience the same situation. Okay? This is the bypass that they're supposed to have to go around Okay, sooner or later you're going to be going to people's land. I'm surprised these people are not, because I bet the government's out of the right of way. Because I don't think they have anything more than 120 feet. So, all right, thank you.
Oh, that's a symbol coming up.
All right, folks. Samson told LeBron Public, I have one more video for you. The next video I'm going to be showing you is a bad bridge. But my understanding, after we got here and publicized this bridge, my understanding, they have fixed it. I'm not too sure how true that is, but they said they fixed it. And so we'll just take their word for it. But just look at this bridge. This is a major, all of these things that I've been showing you, this is Ganta Zwedru Highway, major highway in Liberia. One of the major highway in Liberia. Major highway in Liberia. And yet still, we're like that. It simply means the government purposely decided to neglect the folks from that side. Maybe they don't have vote. But because of vote, you're going to let people to suffer like this. And you call yourself a leader. For 12 years, we had nothing. Now Dr. Weah is in there, and we don't see any kind of good movement either. Maybe something happening somewhere that I don't know if it is good. But we will continue to show, because these pictures that I'm showing you, not the video, but the pictures that I'm showing you, and the first video just happened about a week or so ago. So let me show you the last video, and we'll call it quit for the night. But this is a very interesting video, folks. This is very interesting. Watch this bridge. This is the bridge, and I'll show you trucks going by earlier. This is the bridge. It's not just a cover. This is the major bridge, because the water you see, when it rains, that place, the water can be high. The water table over there can be high. So just watch. Let's watch this video, folks.
This too is Grand Jida Road. Can you make it? Can you make it? Okay. Look at this. Look at this. This is a road. Grand Jida Road. Grand Jida, River G, Sino, Maryland. Let's watch Opa goes through here. Easy. Okay. And these are the things that trucks will be using. If you look at this already, it's already bent. Why? Why do we have this in Liberia? Why do we have this kinds of stuff in Liberia? Why? That means